So who is Philip? Philip from
Pulyon po. Originally from Pulyon.
and then Lormi from
Dito lang po sa
Puerto
pera.
Princess, Wendy from
Dito lang po.
Puerto, Ryan
Sir,
from
Aborlan po. Yes
Saan
po.
sa Abunan?
Sa Sitio Tubig po.
Si?
Sitio Tubig.
Anong barangay?
Sa San Juan po.
Nasaan naman ka?
Opo.
Ursol. Yan ang kilala ko. Then, Jovelyn from
Kuyo po.
Zaire. From Agutaya. Tagal doon si sila estudyante ko sa PSU. Angel Bertulan na nasa New York City na. Oh, buga na siya. And then Kim Lester from Aboy. Saan doon?
Sa Tingman na po.
Tingman. Magsaysa yung bahay ko.
Medyo malapit na sir.
So, lapit na. Okay. So we speak in English, right? So what are the questions?
Isa-isa na lang po kayo magtatanong.
I don't know. You are the interviewers. So, but you have to talk to me in English. Okay, you ask me in English, I will answer in English.
Good afternoon po,
Good
sir.
afternoon.
So, we're from Western Philippines University po, and we're here to take interview with you po this afternoon. So, first question po, what kind of field are you in po in social media?
What kind of field? I am here, so I'm with child and youth welfare field. So we cater to children, we cater to young people, like adoption, etc. Cases of abuse, and all matters that pertain to child and youth. So we are also into counseling, we are also into family concerns. So what else? Did I answer your question?
Yes po, thank you. How long have you been here in your work po?
Here at the City Social Welfare Office, I was 1 year old last January 6th. So just 1 year old.
What's your main function or role, sir, in this field?
Okay, so my main function here is I am the Child and Youth Welfare Division Chief. So I hold everything about child and youth. So I do supervise all of the stuff, catering, child and youth concerns for the whole 66 barangays. No? So I supervise them, and then at the same time I help conduct seminars with barangay officials, with parents, and other community groups, young people, PIA, and so on, SK. And then another thing that I do, I check all social case study reports prepared by social workers before our department head would assign them. So I have to check all of the communications that our staff prepare.
Next question, please. What is your main responsibility as a chief?
Yeah. So as a division chief, I really have a tough responsibility. No? As I have said, I have to oversee, I have to supervise all the staff here, catering to child and youth concerns. Because here we have concern on adoption. So here I'm preparing my social case study report for adoption. And then you've heard of cases of child abuse, like incest, rape, etc., etc. And then we also cater concerns about the bajaus. You see, for mendicants, the roaming around, begging, and so on and so forth. And then we also cater SK, OS1, PWD or children, and many more. And also here, I am the focal person for most friendly barangay and BCPC program. So I oversee also barangay captains or barangay officials in their implementation of child and youth welfare programs. And at the same time, my new designation is that I am the CFLGA focal person. So when we say CFLGA, Child Friendly Local Governance Audit, so I am representing the City Hall. So, so it's really a big task. So I have to be very vigilant because I have to work with the City Health Office, with the City Nutrition Office, with the City Planning Office, etc. for us to get data and fill in electronically all the templates needed, which will be submitted to the Department of the Interior and Local Government. So that will be a basis for awarding whether PPC or Puerto Princesa will get the award as child-friendly city, which is fine. And then I have a lot. I am also tasked to prepare modules for training with parents, training with barangay officials, training with members of the Barangay Council for the Protection of Children, training for parenting, training for CICL, training for drug surrenderies, etc. So it's really a huge responsibility, but I enjoy it.
Sir,
Yeah.
good afternoon, sir. I have an what is the differences of BSPO and BCPC in barangays?
Yeah, Barangay Protection Order, and then Barangay Council for the Protection of Children. BCPC is composed of at least 12 regular members, which is being chaired by the Barangay Captain, and then vice chaired by the Kagawan on Child, Youth, and Women, and then we have the Valdez officer, barangay nutrition scholar, barangay health worker, chief tanod, SK chairperson, child representative, parent representative, and then representatives from the Department of Education. And then they have the option to add more. So they can have 13, 14, basta ang regular is 12. Now when we say protection order, it refers to a written document that would give protection to how shall we call that? A complainant or a victim.
But sir, it's also they cater the family planning, sir, in BSPOs.
What BS?
BSPOs.
BSP is barangay. Is it protection order?
Yes,
No.
sir. About family planning.
Aye, of course, because they put emphasis on family, husband, wife, and then children. So usually that's the main focus because they also cater to the needs of children.
Last question, sir. Are you happy that you are certified social worker in your work letter?
Very much, because social work has been my first choice in my life.
Yes, sir.
It's my first choice. That's why. What year are you in? Second years. So you are second years. You've got to check. Are you really for social work?
Yes, sir.
That's a very huge challenge because you might be in social work because your crush is in social work, or your friends have been in social work, or your parents encourage you to enroll in social work, or you might have thought that social work is a profession with high salary, and so you've got to check. So I'm very happy to be a registered social worker. And I don't know if you know, I'm the author of Social Work of WP in
Wow.
2005. So I prepared all the curriculum, etc., etc. And then Dr. Susan Gauran presented those documents with the Board of Regents in April 2006. And so June 2006, BSSW was offered in main campus. So Sir Christian Claros was my student at the PSU. Miss Cindy was my student at the main campus. I'm happy, I love WP. Okay?
How long do you work in social work?
Come again, how long?
How long do you want
To work?
to work in social work?
Till death. Of course, I have to retire also. But formally, of course, this is what I'm thinking. Formally, I'm thinking not to reach 65 or 60. I may not be able to reach that age. Actually, I want to retire early. So I want to check if at GSIS I already have 15 years or more, then I can have my early retirement. Because I want to focus on business and I want to focus on my NGO. And if you have heard of Remnant Christian College, I'm the founder of that. But I cut my relationship and I want to put up my own social work college. And then I have my review center. Maybe you've heard of that, training and review center. So I've been conducting board review for 7 years, but I stopped because of the pandemic. And I want to continue on without pressure, but still doing social work, right? I can still conduct training in the communities, even if I'm not with government. Wala pang boss, wala pang
Sir,
Yes.
question. Have you ever tried to quit your job?
That's a very, very. I got reminded of all my experiences. I've been to a lot of agencies and I have experienced a lot of challenges in my work. And I even questioned God, Lord, why did you make me a social worker with all of these disturbances in my life? So a lot of times I thought of quitting. I thought of just planting rice or planting kamote on the farm, see? But because of my passion in working with people, that is what ignites me to exert more. And so I keep studying. Actually, bukas po is my comprehensive exam na pangalawang doctor. It's my second doctorate. So I'll have my comprehensive exam bukas the whole day, online exam. Because I want to be wiser than the world. I want to be more intelligent in this world. See, because if you don't help yourselves as social workers, then the world might take over your life instead of you helping the world. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay, more questions?
Last question,
Yeah.
sir. As a professional registered social worker, sir, do you have any advice to a future social workers?
Oh yeah, that's a nice question. As I have said, you've got to check, are you really for social work? So from time to time, you've got to check, is my heart, is my mind, is my life really for social work? And if you feel that you are really for social work, then you have to help yourselves. You've got to read. Do you love reading? Yes. You have to. Read not just the orange book, but all books in social work and other supplemental books in social work. Like sociology, political science, anthropology, biology, and all. So you've got to psychology. So you've got to read all of those because those will help you in your practice of the profession. So that's it. Read, and then you have to realize that social work is not for money making. not. You want to get rich financially, materially, not for social. Perhaps you go into business. Is it not? Yeah. So you've got to check, and then you've got to check your emotions. No? You've got to check your emotions. I don't know if you have vices. Do you have vices? Do you drink liquor? Do you smoke? Do you have boyfriends? See, what can a social worker give if he does not have it at all? So, even how much I tell my clients, drink water, not liquor, not soft drink, but you yourself drink liquor. So what can you have to share? Nothing. So we've got to check that, no? And then in the other groups, I ask, do you have boyfriends or no? Do you have girlfriends? You know, you've got to settle your mind. You've got to settle your mind. Sometimes a friend can disturb. A friend may be a disturbance. I'm not saying a friend is a disturbance, but a friend can or may disturb you. So focus meanwhile in your career. You're still second years, so third years, fourth years, and you'll have your field practice. You know, I had painful experiences. You see, there were field practice students, WPMA campus, who had relationships with the barangay captain's sons and all other gentlemen, not every gentleman, men in the community. So during my time as school field supervisor, I discovered a lot, and so they got pregnant at a young age. You see, and then it was even spread around the community. The students, so many students in WPU, particularly in the main campus, are mababa ang lipan and so on and so forth. So we've got to protect the profession. And you know what? When I hear negative things against social work students in WPU, I got hurt too. I got hurt too because I'm the father. I consider myself as the father of social work of WPU. See? So in times Ma'am Gundal would ask for our help, and I would also say, yes ma'am, as long as my time would permit. So I would help, and so on and so forth. So you've got to check. So at the moment, your main target should be passing the board exam. Passing the board exam. You know, right now I'm also teaching social work online every night. I'm teaching law graduates, second courses, matatalino sila. I mean, they have experiences in the field, they're working and so on. So I'm, nakakapagod din, but I enjoy it. That's part of my being a social worker. Now, why am I here in Palawan? Because my wife is from Ormonan. I'm from Baguio, I'm an Iguron. I'm from Baguio, so my wife, my family is in Ormonan. More questions? No more? Bilis ko na.
So, good afternoon po ulit. And thank you po sa time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Study hard.